Let me say this. Take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, because if she really was going to do something with Usher, it's not like she wouldn't come home with said infection. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and again, this is no hate to Usher.
Because it's the juice. And if you don't have the juice, you don't have it. So if you don't have the juice, you can't capitalize.
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That bit fire. Yeah, she kinda.
We ain't getting no younger, girl. We might as well do it. Girl, let's just get married. I just wanna get married. You know what's crazy? So I just got back. I had quite an eventful day, but I am now on Threads. If you're not on Threads, this is Threads. Follow me. So I was on Threads and I came across all of the tea everyone's talking about Keke Palmer. Now, if you're brand new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your girl's name is Pearl and we do commentary, reactions, all kinds of stuff over here. Now listen, I posted a thread. I almost said tweet. Elon Musk, if you don't get out of my head, I posted a thread and I said, I love Keke Palmer so much, but this is why I wouldn't want to have a child out of wedlock. Don't procreate with me if you can't buy me a ring or commit fully. I don't care what society says. Being a mother or a wife doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy your life. Men will always buy audacity on clearance. Sigh. And let's just throw this up here really quickly, okay? Because the thing is, I think it's about 40% of Black women don't get married. And I have came to a point, especially when I turned 30, I really just kind of, I don't want to say I threw marriage out of the window, but I just really am not gonna be stressed if it doesn't happen because I know my worth, I know what I want, I know what I like, and I know who I want to be with. And I'm just not really going to stop myself or my life because of the fact that I'm not married or wifed up or, you know, having babies left and right, yada, yada, yada. But statistically, and this is a crazy statistic, let me go ahead and say this before we hop into this mess of a thread. The latest available data finds that close to 40% of Black women have never been married. That's compared with just 21% of white women. Now, I came across a TikTok about a book that basically goes into the destruction of Black women and how that is a societal goal for Black women to be just kind of let down, disappointed, disregarded, disposed, you know, and we've heard this story time and time again. Now, I'm not trying to play the victim violin here. I'm absolutely not. I don't even care, if anything.
I really recommend you guys to read this book called The Conspiracy to Destroy Black Women by Michael Porter. And the reason why and it's not a big book. Like, you could finish this book in one day. It's not a big book. I like books like this because books like this verify and confirm everything that I've been saying since I was a child. And a lot of books like that never get popular because they want the African American woman to remain as undesirable, as undercompensated, and as undesired as possible. That's what society wants. So books like that never get popular because it's going to reprogram your mind. Society wants to keep you away from anything that's going to reprogram your mind and no longer make you a sheep. I'm not a sheep, which is why there's certain conversations I don't waste my time having with people because I've already woken up. But this book really just confirms everything. It confirms Black women with the video girl lifestyle, confirms Black women having to raise children alone because the men purposefully will leave the household and they got to raise kids by themselves. How Black women dress and carry themselves, Black women's place in corporate and society, like everything is confirmed in this book. And after you read this book, you're going to live your life differently because you want the best life possible, not the life society wants you to have. So if you want to read it, I definitely recommend that you read it. If you don't and you want to remain wherever you're at, then don't. But I recommend it.
I think at the end of the day, we are in a society that we have accepted this at this point, okay? And not to say Keke has accepted this. I'm not saying that she has accepted this, but I personally am not in the avenue, the lane, the road, the highway of wanting to have a child out of wedlock. And I know a lot of people will say, well, oh, then you're never going to have a child, or it's going to be really hard for you to do that. And if that's the case, that is absolutely fine because I am not about to succumb to that type of rhetoric. I don't really care what that means for me. If that means I'm going to die alone, by golly, I'm going to die alone and I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy dying alone because I think conforming is a type of situation that I just do not care to be a part of. I just don't care. I am just never going to do it. And at the end of the day, regardless if that means I'm never going to have sex again, I'm going to be celibate for another 3 years, whatever it means, that is okay with me. I've accepted it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what bothered me the most is some of the comments that I was reading. Some of them I absolutely agreed with, but there were some comments where I just personally feel like if you're going to critique the woman that had your child, why are we doing that online? Why are we doing that publicly? I don't understand that. I don't understand that, and I don't get that. That lets me know that you guys did not have the conversation of the type of wife that you want, let alone the type of mother that you want your child to be growing up with. We can all say that all men out there want a woman who is going to be the nicest of the nicest, the gentlest of the gentlest, and she's going to be, you know, just in her nice little Perry dress, just, yes, what would you like, servant? You know, people can say that that's what men want, but at the end of the day, we are seeing time and time again men marrying whores, okay? Great example right here. Great example. Allowing them to have sex with other men for money, OnlyFans, strippers. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So with that idea being in the forefront of what society is very much pushing, why is it that when we see someone who is just really living their life, I mean, let's be honest, Keke Palmer has been living her life for quite some time now and really has not had the idea of the city girl type vibe. You know what I mean? Yes, she can go in and out of it if she wants to, things of that nature, but I have never really put Keke in the box of that. Absolutely the hell not. So I'm looking at this thread, right? And I'm just immediately thinking in my head, what is the issue here? First of all, she's out of your league. She's completely out of your league. And I'm not trying to be rude. Okay. I'm really, really not. But let's be honest here. You know, if you can't handle being with a bad bitch with a loud mouth, not even loud, but just somebody who speaks their mind, backbone, and really doesn't care what you have to say, and they're going to do and be who they are. If you can't handle that, just go ahead and say it. And don't put yourself in the circumstance of being with that kind of woman. If that is not the kind of woman you want, if you want a woman that's going to be quiet, you know, at the house, just, yes, whatever you want, daddy, whatever you want, husband, whatever you want, then go get a woman like that. But if you can't handle a woman that can literally stand on her own 2 feet and go out, have fun, be by herself, and not succumb to whatever your rhetoric of who she should be is, you really should not be entertaining a woman like that. It doesn't make sense. I don't really care if it seems like a conquer and, oh, well, I'm going to be able to get her, and, you know, it gives you an ego boost. If you can't handle it, just go ahead and leave. Just go ahead and leave. It just honestly bothers me that this outfit, for whatever reason, is not a good outfit for a mother to wear. This is the thing. Men do not have to worry about changing themselves after having children, okay? Some of them do, obviously. Not everybody, right? We can't put every single person in a box. That's just not how humans are, as much as society tries to do so. And I get it. We have the data scientists and all these other people that just love to be in the statistics. But regardless of that, every single human is different. But what is it about this outfit that makes it seem as she cannot wear it as a mother? I personally feel like if you are a more promiscuous woman, let's say you're not promiscuous, let's just say you like to show a little titty, little ass sometimes, you know, let me show your curves. Let's just say you're that kind of woman. What is it that makes it wear? What is it that you feel because she's a mom, she can't do those things? I know plenty of mothers, even girlfriends that are in long relationships that are on OnlyFans. They're doing all kinds of promiscuous stuff, selling their feet. I mean, all kinds of things, right? But that does not mean that their man does not love them. That does not mean that their man sees them as less than, nothing of that nature. So what is it about this outfit that had him feeling like he had the balls, the audacity, and everything else to say something publicly? It really bothered me. You guys, I was at the bar chilling, just having a nice little time after editing, after reading, after writing, and I'm looking at this thread like, excuse me, what is the problem? What is the actual problem? Because the thing is I feel, and not to say that it's because she's a black woman, but I just feel like, you know, if it was anybody else, okay, Okay, if it was just anybody else, maybe that wouldn't be something that's said. This man literally has the audacity to say, we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. Who said that she's pleasing others? What if she just wants to please herself because she just literally gave birth and just wants to show that, hey, I still look good, I'm still a bad bitch, and I'm still living my life the way I was living it before I had this child? Maybe she wanted to do that. Maybe it's not even about other people. Maybe it's not. But for you to publicly say this as if Keke is out here doing everything for everybody else is really strange to me. It's really strange to me. And then he goes on to say, this is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case. Okay, let's open the case. If that is the case, why would you have a child with somebody who doesn't know that about you? Explain. Please, can somebody explain that to me? Because the thing is before you even decide this is the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life, are you guys not having conversations of, okay, well, this is what I would expect for my husband. This is what I would expect for my wife. Are you guys not having those conversations? Because the thing is deciding to have a child due to a clock, due to, oh, I'm 33, I'm 35, I'm 36, I'm 37, I need to have a child. That is not a good enough reason to stop having those conversations. You need to still have those conversations. And by golly, let me say this, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I have no children and I am not married and I am nowhere on that path. But for me, I personally do not think that that is something that should be pushed away, not discussed, not talked about, because the last thing in this world that anybody needs, especially somebody with a public platform, is for somebody to come out and start talking and Twitter fingers and threading and just basically allowing all the T channels to just go around and say whatever they want to say because you have now opened up this box when that box should have been opened under or even behind closed doors. Damn. I mean, even under the bed, somewhere where other people are not involved. Because the thing is Keke Palmer has a very good reputation. At the end of the day, she has a very good reputation. So the reputation that you are now outing about her makes no sense to a lot of people. Because what are we actually talking about here? And then if you're mad at Usher, why? If the girl comes home and she gives you herpes, now you know what happened. I mean, it's not like, you know what I mean? If she really was going to do something with Usher, it's not like she wouldn't come home with said infection. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and again, this is no hate to Usher, but a lot of people have herpes. A lot of people have diseases that they don't say that they have. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why are you acting like Usher is really about to take your woman? And then on top of that, you are blessed to even be with this woman. I just don't, it's not adding up to me. Explain to me, you guys. Explain it to me, because we're about to get in some of these comments. And I don't want this to be a long video because I'm literally ranting at this point because it just makes me so mad that somebody so beautiful inside and out is just being completely annihilated by her man publicly like this. It just makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense. So one of the comments I see is, first of all, she is not property. Second, if he doesn't trust her, he has major problems of his own. And that's a fact. If you're gonna pick somebody with a public platform or even somebody who's famous on movies, doing TVs, they might get a whole scene where they gotta have sex with somebody on the screen. Are you gonna be able to sit there on opening night to watch said scene, or are you gonna be sitting there like, how could you do that? You don't do that to me when we're in the bedroom. It's a scene. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that we don't have insecurities. We all have insecurities. We all have flaws. We all have things that make us maybe jealous or envy, all these kind of things. But at the same time, don't pick a woman like that if that's not what you want. If you want a woman that has no social media, you want a woman that literally doesn't even like to take selfies, doesn't like to take pictures, doesn't even like to use her voice, go find that and leave these ones alone, because you can't handle it. You clearly cannot handle it. It just makes me so mad because this girl is... I mean, she just doesn't deserve it. She does not deserve this at all whatsoever. And then on top of that, it's not even your wife. It's your baby mama. So that lets us know that you really ain't even feeling her the way we think you're feeling her anyway. Because the thing is, and again, this is just my opinion, if you want to have children with somebody, go ahead and put a ring on it. If you don't want to put a ring on it, I'm trying to understand how many baby mamas you want. And I know that's harsh, but how many do you want? How many do you want? Because clearly you're not going fully. And that is a red flag to me. I personally feel like that's a red flag. And not to say, the girlies that are with the man for 3 years and they're happy and whatever, and they've been engaged for 2 years. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just personally saying that if you don't care to take it to that next step, then that is not your dream girl. That is not the girl that you see with you for the rest of your life. So stop wasting her time and let her go on her merry way and find somebody who is gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like, is that a bad thing to say? Because I really just don't understand why this conversation is even being had. It is honestly showing your insecurities as a man very bluntly and very publicly. It doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, let's go through some of these comments. Someone said, mad insecure. What she was wearing was fine. Being a mom got nothing to do with it. And that is an absolute fact. Explain to me what kind of mother you want your wife to be or girlfriend to be. That should have been a conversation before anything was even decided. In my opinion, maybe it was just one of those, oops, I thought I could hold it, I didn't hold it, and pull out games weak and all of that jazz. But before that baby comes out, you have a whole 9 months of having a conversation of, well, my mom was like this, and this is how I expect, the family to be, and da 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 da. And not to say that it's a checklist and you got to follow them all, but you will know with that other person how they would want you to be and act. And not to say that it's a bad thing, but that also is something that is happening within the courting aspect, right? You get to learn somebody's character. You get to learn if their words match their actions. You get to learn, what they want, who they want, how many kids they want, all these things. And if they are not having those conversations, then you are clearly not the one. You are clearly not the person that they are seeing a future with. And that is absolutely fine. But to waste the time of a ticking vagina is annoying to me. I'm so sorry. It is so annoying. And that's probably why my cutoff game is so strong, because I just don't have the time for it. The second I start seeing some red flags and you doing this and you doing that, okay, you need to go heal. You need to go do something else. You need to go have sex with 500 other girls before you even think about settling down. And if I see that, that is fine. I'm not going to be mad at you. I am not going to be mad at you. I'm going to forgive you and continue on with my mosey on life. Because why would I sit over here and waste my time? Why would I waste my time? It doesn't make any sense to me. It really, really doesn't. And then on top of that, she was cute. She was looking cute to me. I didn't see any problems whatsoever with her outfit. Okay, maybe her ass is out. Okay, big deal. Big whoop. If that's a problem, you should have had that conversation privately, not on Twitter or Instagram or apps and all of these things. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And then on top of that, she out of your league. So it's just like, what's really going on? Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this video. Let me know if you think on some serious, I really want to know. Okay, let me know. Do you think that after you have a child, after you get married, that means your life is over? You cannot look sexy anymore, and you better not post anything on any public platform whatsoever that shows how gorgeous you are, because you are now a mother, which means that you cannot show your body, which means that you are not going to be out here being out and about and being the city girl that you think that you are, because you are now a mother. And I'm not saying that that type of woman is a bad woman. Absolutely not. If anything, I will most likely be that kind of woman because I do like traditional values. However, that does not mean you're going to strip her from her personality and everything else. What? Y'all. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this video. Let me know if you think Keke Palmer was in the wrong with her outfit. And if you do think that, that's absolutely fine. If you made it all the way to the end, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to end this video with some comments right here. So enjoy those, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.
the lot. 12 fuck SWAT.